Well, if you're happy this morning, I bet you're not as happy as Charlotte Church, because she must be the happiest girl in Britain this morning after zooming into the record books last night. She's only 12 years old, but her debut album, Voice of an Angel, has soared into the album charts at number 24, and she's the youngest female ever to top the classical charts. And here she is. The voice of an angel, and that voice is on the telephone line right now from her home in Cardiff, isn't it, Charlotte?
Yes.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. And I met you the other day when you won a Champion Children Award. Yeah. And now look what's happened. #1 in the classical charts, in the other charts as well, the youngest female ever to do so.
Yeah.
You happy?
Yeah, really, really happy. I can't believe it. I never dreamed of this, so it's really, really good.
And what's more, you've met George Michael as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I met him last night. I did a concert in London. No, sorry, Saturday.
Yeah.
In London, and he was there because he's one of the patrons of the charity.
And what did he have to say to you?
Oh, well, on my old guy, dear Charlotte, what a voice. Love and good luck, George Michael. And he was lovely. We had lots of photo shoots as well. He was really, really nice.
Oh, that's great. And I know you're still at school. Are you off to school today, yeah?
No, I'm going to school at quarter to 9. He's just been running around. He's done about 5 interviews already.
Oh, I bet you have. And tomorrow, Charlotte, we're demanding your presence in this studio at Gmtv. Are you going to come?
Okay, I'll have to speak to my headmistress first.
She won't mind. That's the headmistress at Howell School, isn't it, in Llandaff?
Yeah.
So, headmistress, please let Charlotte come here tomorrow. And she'll catch up with all her homework after that, won't you, Charlotte? Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow morning then. That's a promise,
then.
Yeah. Okay, and congratulations, Charlotte. Have a nice day today.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
What a lovely sounding young lady.
She's a lovely girl, beautiful looking little girl as well, and what a voice.
Terrific.
Very mature. It's an adult voice,
absolutely.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Very, very mature indeed. Well, congratulations to Charlotte. Simon is here with the weather next. Still to come, they say it's a cure for cellulite. It caused a near riot when it went on sale in Australia. But will it be all the rage here? And does it work? Find out at 20 to 9.
Most of the week too, and we've got some showers at the moment just moving their way down these eastern coasts. You can see that there on the radar picture, one of these producing some sleet and also some snow in places, and that really is the picture for the rest of the day. Just these showers drifting on the eastern coast from time to time, most of them affecting parts of Norfolk there with some sleet and snow, and for the west and south it's going to be dry with plenty of sunshine around. Probably the best of the sunshine for western parts of Scotland, northwestern England and also western parts of Wales. Temperatures similar to yesterday, 7 to 10 degrees Celsius is 45 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and much cooler down in southwestern parts of Scotland though. 5 degrees Celsius is just 41 degrees Fahrenheit. Tonight the temperatures fall below freezing quite quickly, and we'll find cloud increasing in the west. There'll be clear skies in the east at first, but that cloud's going to be moving in from the west all the time. It'll be bringing some outbreaks of rain, and that will be turning to sleet and snow as it comes against these colder temperatures. At the moment it looks like we'll find a period of snow affecting the higher ground of Wales and Northern Ireland, so take care, particularly if you're driving across the mountainous routes of Wales tonight. And wrap up warm. I'll see you tomorrow. Here's your summary.
If you would like more detailed information about the weather in your area for today and the week ahead, call GMTV Weather Call on 0891 55 9955.
32 minutes past 8, time for the news with Penny Smith.
Thanks very much. Good morning. United Nations weapons inspectors will return to Baghdad tomorrow after US President Bill Clinton called off airstrikes on Iraq. But he said an attack could still go ahead if Saddam Hussein doesn't comply fully with the inspectors. The British government is expected to spend the day discussing the crisis. Earlier this morning, Foreign Secretary Robin Cook said the only way ahead was for a new government in Iraq.
I would very much like to see Saddam Hussein removed. I don't think there is any country in the world which would not rather be dealing with somebody other than Saddam Hussein. And that includes, of course, the poor people of Iraq. The trouble is, if they put up their hands to vote him out of office, they get their arms quite literally chopped off. He rules by brutality and by fear.
Plans to announce a massive shake-up of the territorial army have been postponed because of the crisis in the Gulf. Events in Iraq will dominate proceedings in Parliament today. But Defence Secretary George Robertson is still expected to announce that the TA will be cut from 56,000 to 40,000 at a later date. Animals are no longer to be used for testing cosmetics in Britain. Home Office Minister George Howarth is to announce that licences for testing ingredients will be withdrawn and no new ones issued. The move has been welcomed by animal rights campaigners, as Aileen Taylor reports.
Today's announcement comes after months of negotiations between ministers and the industry. Cosmetics companies have already stopped testing finished cosmetic products on animals like mice and rats. But those still testing the ingredients that go into cosmetics have now agreed to stop. The ban doesn't extend to tests for medical research, but animal rights campaigners say it's a step in the right direction.
So I haven't been wearing cosmetics tested on animals for years and years now, and I've with millions of other women. I don't see any ill effects from that. It's totally unnecessary, trivial experiments, and we've saved thousands of animals by stopping them.
The demand for cosmetics which have not been tested on animals has been largely driven by the public. The next battle for campaigners is to stop cosmetics companies moving their operations abroad. The British government may press for the rest of the European Union to come into line with the UK in outlawing cosmetic testing. Aileen Taylor, GMTV News.
Michael Stone, the man convicted of brutally killing Lynn and Megan Russell in the attempted murder of Josie Russell, should never have been sent to jail, according to his sister. During his trial, it emerged that Stone had a history of violence and psychiatric illness. Speaking on GMTV this morning, though, his sister said she'd changed her mind about his guilt and insisted that he didn't carry out the murders.
It was the lack of evidence, really. I followed the case and the evidence right the way up to the trial and during the trial. I never really heard anything that would suggest to me that that was my brother that did that.
It's 25 to 9. That's it from me. Here's the news, weather and travel where you are.
And a very good morning to you. The new Chief Constable of Merseyside officially starts work today, despite repeated calls by relatives of Hillsborough victims for him to stand down. They claim Norman Bettison was instrumental in deflecting blame onto fans by being part of a unit set up by South Yorkshire Police to look into the disaster. Mr. Bettison says he urgently wants to meet the bereaved families to put the record straight. Police in Cheshire are expected to release further details today about the discovery of a woman's body at a house at Widnes over the weekend. A post-mortem examination has been carried out, but the results haven't yet been released by police, nor has the identity of the dead woman. It's not yet known whether her death is being treated as suspicious. Fire crews in Greater Manchester start industrial action today in protest at alleged racist comments by the brigade's Deputy Chief Officer. It's claimed Don Bramall told trainee firefighters, including a black recruit, that he'd rather be gay than black. The Fire Brigade Union's angry that Mr. Bramall hasn't been suspended while a senior officer from West Yorkshire investigates the allegations. Let's look at the roads now with the RAC. In Greater Manchester, the A5103 Princes Parkway has major road repairs. Severe delays are expected there, especially around now at peak times. In Lancashire, delays on the A6 Walton Summit at Preston due to roadworks and traffic's down to one lane there. Meanwhile, on Merseyside, the A506 Melling Mount at Sefton will have roadworks. Diversions are signposted. I'm back at 11 o'clock this morning now. Your regional weather.
Look what's coming up. It's the weather in your region with Aunt Bessie.
We're having a very cold and frosty start to the day. Some overnight mist and fog patches may linger, so do take extra care on the roads this morning. The afternoon will stay dry and bright, but it's also going to remain cold. Temperatures struggling, I'm afraid, to reach 6 Celsius. That's 43 Fahrenheit.
Yes.
Hello again, nice to
Hi.
see you. Now, I know you're a lot of animal lovers out there, because whenever we do animal stories, the phones bounce off the hook, don't they?
People will be delighted to hear the experiments on animals have been stopped for cosmetics.
For
It's related in the
cosmetics,
news,
yeah, that's great news. But did you know that we pay less for our food than we pay for dog food and cat food? It's amazing.
It doesn't amaze me,
That's-
actually. I
yeah.
buy these bags of these nuts for the cats, you know, £20 a bag.
It's amazing.
Big
isn't
bag.
it? That dry sort of
That's
dry
right,
diet
yeah.
food, right? Because if you buy 100 grams of frozen chicken, okay, it's 11 pence for 100 grams. But if you buy, I won't say the brand of it, but 100 grams of one pet food costs 39 pence for 100 grams. That's over 3 times what we pay for a frozen chicken. Amazing, isn't it?
Proves
But
beyond
we
all
love
reasonable
our
doubt.
animals.
Exactly, nature
But
of
it's
animal
being
lovers.
exploited, isn't it?
Yeah.
Our love for pets.
Is there an investigation?
The Sunday Times did an investigation yesterday, and I haven't read the end
Pricey
of it
one,
yet,
no.
but it must be. I'm
Should
sure
be.
there is. We're investigating, aren't we?
We are
later
indeed.
on?
Right. Now
Cure
then.
for cellulite.
Indeed, we are. When the pills went on sale in Australia, women rioted. But will it be all the rage here? And more importantly, does it work? That's coming up right after this break.
Now, at 19 minutes to 9, have you looked in the mirror this morning? You know what I mean if you're talking about cellulite. You know what it is too if you're a woman. It's dimples, orange peel flesh. It collects around the thighs, the arms and the bottom. Stuff to make you feel ill at this time in the morning, isn't it? But a pill is expected to go on sale here early next year, which its makers claim can literally make it disappear. In a moment, I'll be talking to a skin expert to see what he thinks about those claims. But first, Lucy van den Broel is at a health spa in West London. Morning to you, Lucy.
Morning to you, Fiona.
Well, just fill us in about the fuss about these pills, Lucy.
Well, 95% of women suffer from cellulite, and they spend a great deal of time and energy trying to get rid of it with body wraps and massages at places like this. This is the Sanctuary at the Kensington Hotel in West London. They will also probably try out these over-the-counter products. There are many of them on sale. But this is what women really want. This is the so-called anti-cellulite wonder drug. Now, it was created by an Italian and it's on sale in many European countries. It's essentially a natural product made up of, amongst other things, evening primrose oil, fish oil, ginkgo extract, seaweed extract. And the idea essentially is that it speeds up the metabolism and boosts blood circulation. Now, we can actually show you some before and after pictures of a woman who took the drug, and she says that it did wonders for her. They're talking about a fat reduction of 8.4%. Now, 2 of these per day is the dosage. They recommend you take it for 6 to 8 weeks, but I should stress it is not available, as you mentioned, in Britain yet, because this country wants to see more clinical trials first. But in Australia, this drug has caused absolute mayhem. Within 1 hour of the first boxes being sold, 50,000 were gone, and a second consignment of 40,000 boxes were sold equally quickly. Now, in 3 weeks, they sold 500,000 boxes, and that's the entire amount used by women in Italy. So let's have a listen now to what 2 Australian chemists have to say about the drug.
Oh, in the 35 years I've owned a pharmacy, I've never seen anything in demand like this ever. It's been phenomenal.
We are talking about women who will do anything, who will come up with the most bizarre cases as to why they should have the last box or 2. And yeah, if it takes a bit of pushing and shoving, they'll do it.
Now, Fiona, just to show you exactly how crazy it's been in Australia, 2 women were fighting over the last box in one chemist's, and the chemist, he had actually to break them up. And another pharmacist, he auctioned off his last box like this. Remember, it's £20 worth. He auctioned it off for £1,000.
Are you keeping hold of those, Lucy?
Well, actually, I thought I'd try all of them, just see. I'll let you know, okay?
All right, well, I was very pleased because I've got a box here, Lucy. There they are, the things that everyone's after, but it's all gone. So they're going like hotcakes in here as well.
I'm not surprised.
Lucy, thanks very much indeed. Well, sitting with me, listening to that, cynically or not, I don't know, we'll find out in a minute, is John McFadden. He's a consultant dermatologist at St Thomas's Hospital in London. So were you looking at that with a cynical eye, or...?
Well, I guess so. I mean, we're being asked to say you can give up all the hard work.
Yeah.
You know, get rid of your health club
Exercise,
membership,
diet,
you know,
yeah.
throw it away. And you can sit there and pop the pills and your body will be resculptured. So, you know, I am cynical. I'd like to see the studies, I'd like to see the studies published so that we can evaluate them properly.
Yeah, well, they're talking about these miraculous ingredients, seaweed, fish oil, ginkgo, which we've seen in other combinations, haven't we, in other health foods. I mean, in your experience, John, what do they do?
Well, it's, you see, people take these herbal remedies and if someone believes they're going to work, they often do work, and that's a placebo effect.
Yeah.
And it's very important to try and distinguish the placebo effect from actual effect or